Hey profit takers, it's Victoria here, and today we are back with another video. We're going to talk about daily bias, how you can find it, what the main things you need to look for so you're trading with the trend, right? Some of my favorite things to do, right, to help me to easily see where I'm at in the market maker cycle. All right, are you ready? Let's go. If I can get to these charts. Okay, there we go. All right, so I wanted to start with NU, New Zealand dollar. I think the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar are about the same. Let's look at them both. All right, so they're about the same. I had drawn out the lines here. So let me just make this. Oops. Let me make this even longer. Let me take that off there. That was last week. So what you want to do, guys, you want to get to your high time frame. I like to start with H4, and if for whatever reason I can't tell what's going on H4, then I'll go ahead and go and look at the daily, because you want to see exactly where you are, right? So at this point, guys, it appears that we are perhaps just about done with this particular bull cycle. Okay, now let me get my pen out so we can do some illustrations. You know, I like to draw these things out. So you guys know the market maker cycle, it looks a little bit like this. We have our W pattern, we have some consolidation, we have a pullback, and then we have where the market extends. Okay, just like this. And this happens all over the place. Okay, it happens on the lower time frame, it happens on the higher time frame. So at each one of these events, you know, you want to look and see where am I? Like, for example, this one, it looks like here's a big picture. All right, we have a W within a W. And another thing I want you to notice, even on H4, it's pretty clear we have these giant candles. So anytime I see these giant candles, which are often referred to as vector candles, they often represent rather a change in trend. Okay, so this particular trend can last, like, look, 6 days, 3 days, 2 days. If you see giant candles, guys, it is going to change. The trend is going to change on you. Okay. So typically we are looking, and that just basically speeds up the cycle for us. Okay. It's basically what it does. So here we can almost see, you know, like I said, we had a W within a W. Okay. And we see our first push up, and because it had those giant candles there, it's kind of hard to tell where our optimum trade entries, that's what this OTE is. Okay, because we want to get in, you know, once at the pullback, right before, you know, the obviously you want to wait for break of structure, but oftentimes you can get in pretty early at the bottom of the V, or sometimes it also looks like a little W down there, right? That's what you want to do. So nonetheless, it's kind of hard to see it, but this is definitely a V. And this is almost looks like a V. So this could almost be both of the V's right here. And then we're counting this gigantic one. So here at top, you know, we're looking for some kind of M pattern. Usually it's an M pattern. Sometimes it could be a half a Batman pattern, right? That looks something like this. And that also represents rather a change in trend. And it's usually, you know, very clear on a multi session. Okay, so you always want to get an idea of where you are and just start from here. Okay, just start from H4. All right. Another thing you could do to get an idea of your entry, you know, oftentimes you can just take your fib out, go from low to high. Okay. Sometimes I'll do that on actually, let me do it like this. the reason why I'm doing it here is because this was this is like the current week. Okay, we're looking on H4, and this was week 1 of the rise. It was a reset kind of, because we had a bit of a range bound here for a couple of weeks, and so we hit the reset on the low. So usually once it hits that reset, this also is basically saying, okay, this is probably it. This is the probability of this is probably it. And again, because of these gigantic candles. So I'm going to take the low, I'm going to go to the high. So by the time I get to the charts, because I typically, get here in the middle of London. I wish I could get up and trade London, guys. For those of you who trade London, you're so lucky, right? You're able to do that. Because sometimes I think London is one of the best sessions I did. All right, so now let's look at the daily time frame. Now looking at the daily, we still looks like it could possibly pull back a little bit, because there's still some space up here for it to come back up all the way up here. And we know that once the price hits a major level 3 times, then it should hold that level, right? So we should get up here to this level, and it should hold, and we should be able to see this thing break down. Okay, but right now, guys, it may pull back here a little bit and then go up again. I'm not really sure 100%, but just based on what I'm seeing here, that's what it could look like because of this space. All right, so we're gonna just hold our horses on this and just wait. All right, gonna wait. This area right here where I marked from H4, this is going to be a good area for price to come back to. It's already kind of looking like it's going to retrace in this box area and then come tumbling down. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. And another thing that's very important is we have already marked our line here. Okay, you see that, guys? We have marked our major level. Okay, this is very important. Obviously, price, if it needs to do whatever it needs to do here, we're looking for it to come through here and break the low. If it breaks the low, then we know we're continuing to go short. If it does not break the low, and then we end up getting support at this major level, then it's going to reset again. And then if it breaks this high, then we know it's game over. Okay, it's going up. All right. So that's what we're looking for on this particular pair. Another thing I wanted to show you on how you can tell where you are in the trend or in the market maker cycle. So, like I said, this has been a very long market maker cycle. Okay. And we're already in the bull cycle, and I'm going to count this day as 1, right? And this was, when it finally, the next day is when it finally broke. So I'm counting that as the first break, right? It broke this particular high, right? And that's what we want. I just call it a 1 previous day high, right? And sometimes I'll write in break. So you'll see me abbreviate break. Okay. Now, so this is day 2. This is usually your trend trade, right? So as you can see here, prices came up, pulled back, boom, break of structure. That's where we want to enter. This one happened so early in the session, okay? And then once it created the high, it just, hadn't quite broke there yet, right? It didn't quite break this high until here. So here's day 3 and then day 4. So this little bit of tagging stop hunts at the high here, technically that did take out this particular high. So I'm going to count this as 2. Okay. I don't know how to spell. Hold on. Previous day high. Okay. So now I'm looking for the third one. So, and then here we finally got it on day 5. Okay, we have 3 previous day. Okay, so we would come into this particular day, right? Let me clean this up real quick, guys. So we would come in 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had 1, 2. Okay, so we're coming into day 5 and we're like, this thing hasn't quite broke out yet. We're looking for it to break through and give us that third push, in which it did. Okay, and then we created the high. So then we're coming into the 6th day, which was technically, it's still the 6th day, right? It's still December the 20th, even though the market is showing the 21st and we're already in Thursday, right? This is Thursday, but right now it's still Wednesday for me. Okay. So it created the high, right? This is very important because now we're at the high. We do have this pattern here that is starting, right? That we're looking to take the short. And that's when I came in here and looked. I was like, okay, so we've already had 3 days of previous day. This is important. Breaks. And now we're expecting a reversal. Okay. And we got the high. So we're expecting this thing to get, anytime you're going short, it needs to respect the high and it needs to break the low. Okay. Hasn't quite broken this low here. We got support at the major level, this weekly high, we got support. So we are expecting it, like I was saying earlier, to come in this area. Maybe it will range a little bit. We are expecting it to break that particular low. And then we know we are in a bear market. Okay. So that's what we're looking for in this particular pair. And that's how you would look at any pair. But I wanted to show you how this looks on AU because you're going to see a lot of pairs like this where they just take forever. Like they're not going to, change in 3 days. So you could come in here every day and all you're looking for is when am I going to be able to take this thing long, right? I mean, obviously, on this particular day, day 3, you had a reversal and then it got support and then you were able to take it long right back to the high. I mean, that's a trade setup too. If that's, some people just love to trade from one level to the next. And this actually works out really good, right? Works out great that way. But I wanted to show you guys an extended market maker cycle where the levels were not broken, but you could see clearly that there's always going to be 3 levels that are being broken. Now, every now and then they might be 4. It might look like 4. I don't mind if it looks like 4. I mean, I'll take it, but for the most part, that's what it is. Okay. Now, if you guys, you get this indicator, it already has everything done for you in terms of, directional bias. We have, like, for example, US 30 and all of the 3 sisters. I call them the 3 sisters, US 30, NAS, S&P. They were all at the high. It was just like Aussie. I think it was around 6 days at the high. And I was just waiting for it to drop. I'm like, it's going to drop, guys. Like, I didn't know when it was going to drop, but it was going to drop. And it did. So now we have our first day 1 here that occurred. So now we're waiting for day 2, and we need day 2 to do what? We're looking for the trend trade, right? We're definitely looking for prices to, reverse 50%, right? Let's see if we can get an idea of what that might be. Okay. It could come up to this area. I'm just going to mark it. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't come all the way up there. It could come up to this area and then it could continue to break down. And we want it to break down and break the low. Okay. So if it comes up here, we need it to come and break down, break that low. Okay. And then we're going to have our 1. Previous day low. That's exactly what we're looking for. Could it come to this area here and get support and then decide to go back up? Absolutely it can. And then it can come to this area right here, right? Come right back to the high, and guess what? It might just do that. You know what I mean? It could totally do that, or boom, it can continue to go. So we're not going to know that until tomorrow comes and shows an apartment. You know, we're going to wait for the market to show us what it is that it's going to do. Okay. All right. So if you guys haven't had a chance to grab this indicator, you can just go to the website. You can actually save. You can try it actually for free. Hold on. Let me go to the website real quick. I'll drag this over just a second. Second, guys. I wasn't ready for y'all. There we go. Okay. Oh, cool. This changes. All right. So here's the website. Okay. You just come up here to start the free trial. All right. And you're going to put your account number here. And then, of course, you want to select free trial, put your MT4 account number there, and then add to cart. If you don't want to do the trial and you just want to go ahead and buy it, go to shop and come up here. This is the one with the trade manager. This is the one that's just the indicator. You just pick whichever one you want. Same thing. You select 1 month or 2 month, put in your account number, add to cart. And then the next thing you're going to do is put in the coupon code. Make sure I got this right. All right. Put in the code. Boom. Save $15 and go ahead and check out. And then you'll have it cancel anytime. Okay. So again, that's the profitTakersAlert.com. Come to the website, put in the code, and that's it. All right. Save 30% right away, or try it for free for 7 days. Let me know what you think about it. You know, and you will get an email either way. And just use the email to email me back if you have any questions or have any trouble or anything like that. You know, we'd love to hear your feedback, guys. Okay. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.